And I've been gone from Indianapolis, where I was born and raised, for 2 years? It'll be 2 years in February.
Yeah, because I was still in college.
Yep.
It was student teaching.
Yep.
2 years. Almost exactly.
Yeah.
Like just a couple months away.
Mm-hmm.
Which is...
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. It's one of those things where, this is where most of my family is and my friends, and, home is home. You never really can replace home. So
Was it good to get away, do you think, though?
At the time.
Now that you've got... Well, now, sitting back, do you think it would have been good to still leave? Or to
There's nothing I would change, if that's the question. There's nothing I would change about my experience.
Yeah.
I think I left at the time, and I did what I felt like I needed to do, and I did the best I could while I was gone. Yeah. There was a lot of really great opportunities when I was in Florida. I actually got a really, really great job while I was there. I still work there. It's a really great place. But overall, it's not home. And that's the thing that's, really, really kind of tough is, because I made a lot of really great friends there as well. Really great coworkers and just great people overall that I've met since I've been there. But it's still just, I think it's just time to come home, and I think whenever I do leave Indiana or Indianapolis more specifically, I think I want to leave more on my own terms.
Yeah, instead of just, because that whole situation was just stuff like that happened, and then boom, you're leaving, and then you're gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just very quick.
It was all back to back, and everything was really off of emotion. And I think now everything is coming back to logic. And I think that's a good place to kind of decide what you want to do with your life, is you have to be logical. You can't just do things with emotion.
I do get, though.
Yeah,
because, your mom was leaving, I'd be
yeah.
yeah.
It was a tough decision, but at the same time, felt like the only decision I could make. Mm-hmm. And I think in the beginning, there was some regret. Even probably within the last 6 months, there was some regret of, should I even came here in the first place? And
do you think that you would have had those thoughts if you and Marilyn were still together? We're getting real deep.
Yeah, we are getting real deep.
Good first episode questions.
Yeah, sorry, that is my my ex-fiance. And, relationships. Yeah. Oh, that's on our topic list as well. Right, might as well transition into this. Well, relationships are very complicated. And I think anybody who's in a long-term relationship, there's complications with it. And after a while, I think it starts to become, about the two of you and, how your dynamic is outside of your family and friends. And you think about how can we start our life together and have our friends and our family. And that was something that we were very engulfed in. And I think with that not being the case anymore, I think it's easy to get back to okay, well, then what do I want for me? And not about what I want for us or what did I want for us. And so I think it's bittersweet because, again, when you're with somebody for so long, you really do see that life. Mm-hmm. And when you don't get that anymore, you feel like something's missing. But then it's also something that's also great because then you can say, okay, again, what do I want? How can I be selfish now without it being a problem? Yeah. And that's kind of where I am coming back to Indiana. Okay, well, friends, family, home makes sense to me. It just makes sense to me now. It's not about all the things I was going to do. It's about the things that I can do now, that I'm open to do now because of, just being me again.
How's your boss going to react when you put in your 2 weeks?
Well, when he hears this podcast, he's going to be like, wait a minute. Is he? Yeah. I know he's not talking about... Yeah, I am. Sorry.
We're just kidding.
Yeah. No, I'm coming back. Well, it's actually funny. Since we're talking about jobs, I think we should probably share what we do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably important.
Okay.
I'm actually a graphic designer. It's great work. I love what I do. And for people who don't know what graphic design is, which is probably a lot more people than, you think that. Okay. So, yeah, a lot of people really don't. Graphic designers are basically I'm not going to say basically. There's nothing basic about it, but it goes into a multitude of things. Me personally, I do a lot of advertising. I create a lot of advertisements. I don't do all the wording and all that type of stuff, but in terms of making things look pretty to advertise. So any promotional material you see from any kind of store or restaurant or signs, billboards, any of that stuff, graphic designers make.
Is there anything like famous that we would like know of? You know what I mean?
That I've worked on?
Yeah. We should see some of that sometime. That would be cool.
I mean, I can bring in some of my work. I mean, maybe I'll put my portfolio in the link. Maybe like a slight plug of me. Yeah, a slight plug of me.
Your resume up.
Yeah, it's more, yeah. This is all for hiring purposes. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I mean, there's a multitude that graphic designers do, and I think they don't get enough credit for the things that we do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I also do a lot of email-driven marketing, which is, I don't know, it's fun stuff. It's really cool. So if you have any questions, I guess we could say, yeah. If you have any questions about what I do, or
drop a link.
Yeah.
Comment.
Why would they drop a link? They could though. If you want to drop a link and tell me about what I do, that's fine too. Okay. What do you do?
So I am a second-year social studies high school teacher, which is really cool. I have been threatened multiple times this year by my students, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have you heard? Did I tell you about the one student with the book incident?
No. Tell me. Tell us.
Okay, so we'll call this kid
Yeah, no real names.
Mick.
Yeah.
Mick. Alright, so Mick is a student in one of my classes,
Okay.
and he posted on our Google Classroom page
Mm-hmm.
during class,
Okay.
which I get email notifications
Okay.
when students post. He said, "I'm going to beat your damn head in with a book."
Oh.
And he's sitting right next to me.
That sounds like fun.
And he's got some textbooks on his desk.
He's a...
Me? So I contacted his counselor, and they came and got him, and he was out of my class for 3 days,
Nice.
and now he's back. Yeah. But I do that, social studies, high school social studies teacher, and then I'm also the assistant worship leader at my church with our third co-host, who's not here today, Daniel.
Yeah.
He's the main worship leader, head honcho guy.
He's very tall, has a nice beard.
Yes, you can not miss him,
Yes.
literally.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
We should put a top hat on.
Yeah, we should.
I told him about the Lincoln thing. He didn't like that.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Abraham Lincoln a little bit. Great guy, though.
He loves Lincoln.
Yeah, he does love Lincoln. Except for the whole getting shot in the head thing. I think it might still be too soon to talk about that.
Too soon.
Yeah, a little too soon. Rest in peace, Lincoln. Okay.
You're staying with family, right?
Yes, I'll be staying with family.
Like, how long are you planning on doing that till you get on your feet?
How long do I plan on freeloading?
I mean, hey, I've been doing it for years.
Yeah, as long as I can. Honestly, the only drawback to staying with family is like a love life, and honestly, like that's not something I'm looking for right now. Yeah, but no, but you know, like I said, like I have an ex, and I've only been separated
How long is it?
4 months.
That's it?
Yeah, it's only been 4 months. Yeah.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So we were together over 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and then going from that to being broke up for 4 months, and you know, I wish the best for her. I really do. We met three years. Yes, that's a funny story. Me and my ex, we met through your now fiance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep, it was his fiance's best friend, and we just kind of hit it off, and everything was great. Well, obviously not everything. Obviously not everything. But
I remember though.
People are different though.
We were at Oasis.
Yes.
Back by the elevator.
Yes.
The big mechanical elevator
Oh,
they got
yeah.
in these buildings, and I was like, "Hey man, she's a pretty nice girl. You should date her.
Mhm.
You need a good Christian girl in your life."
Oh, yeah.
He was like, "All right, I can go see."
Yeah.
And well, that was wrong.
3.5 years later.
Good thing I don't work at eHarmony.
I know.
Is eHarmony still a thing?
Probably.
Do you remember those?
Yeah, I do. This will be. Yeah. It was good. Those are great commercials. So yeah, you should not work for them. Your matchmaking skills are not
Not
very
good.
No.
Not good.
But you know, like I said, it's you wish the best for people, and when you love somebody, that love never really goes away. But it's one of those things. Life goes on. And, what can you do?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about yours. Let's talk about your relationship.
Oh,
yeah.
What do you want to know? Let's go.
Well, okay. Well, how long have you and do we use names? Because you dropped the name earlier. Like
Cassidy?
No. Well, okay. Now you said that.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I mean, I'm not gonna give out her last name in case.
Yes.
Any stalkers are out there.
Yeah, we don't want any stalkers.
I'm looking at you.
Well, we gave our name, so we're fine with that. You can stalk us.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. We'll be fine.
So Cassidy.
So how long have you two been together?
We've been together now 7 years.
7.
Well, we're coming up on 7. It'll be 7 this upcoming year. So we've been
7
together.
in when? What month?
August. So about 6.5.
Okay, 6.5.
6.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And you two are getting married next year. Is that right?
Yes.
When? When are you guys getting married?
No idea. No idea.
That's always a strong. It's always a strong thing.
We waited too long because both of us are flat broke.
Yes.
And when you start looking at the wedding stuff, you're like,
yes, they're very expensive.
why is this? Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think our wedding was going to be $12,000, and that was cheap.
And think about that for a second. It's $12,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
Ours right now, take a guess how much it is.
8.
Lower.
Oh, 5.
3.
3.
3,000.
I can get behind 3. I can get behind 3.
That doesn't include the photographer.
You mean me? So.
Bro, you gotta be. Oh my God. You gotta be in my wedding party, bro.
Click. Oh, you're right.
Although, I mean, you could
just pop out. Click.
Click. Take a selfie. Click. Do a side shot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had talked about getting married in the fall.
Yes.
Because she wants to get married outside, and so with the orange and stuff. But there are only 4 Saturdays left open between August and November of the place we're looking at.
Okay, so why don't I take them? There's 4. That's good options. It's better than 1.
One of them is October 31st.
Okay, that's pretty.
Halloween.
That's pretty cool. I think that's cool.
That'd be a pretty white person thing to do. I feel
That is very white of you. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
But you're white, so it's okay.
That
You can do white people things. Like if I was like, oh my God, I'm having a Halloween wedding, like we would be like, nah, bro.
Family would be like, what do you do?
Nah, bro, we're not showing up. That's how it would be.
We've been talking. We've been looking at June.
June.
Because June, it's still pretty outside.
Yes, it is.
With spring, but it's not 1,000 degrees because of August and July being.
Yeah. 1,000. Well, July weddings are nice, but summer weddings in general are really good. I mean, but you're in Indiana, as long as you're not doing a winter wedding.
Oh yeah,
you'll be good. I mean,
and the other thing, being a teacher, I have the whole summer off. You know what I mean? So
yeah. You can take a 2-month honeymoon. It'd be a little pricey.
We're gonna go to Ohio with my budget.
Yeah, right.
Not even a good city. We're gonna go across the border into Ohio, turn around, and come back.
Just get married in Vegas.
I tried.
Wait, what? I didn't know that was a real thing.
Her mom and stepdad tried to convince us to go do that because that's what they did. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad married my stepmom in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. They just went down, got married, boom, done. You know what I mean?
Was it Elvis that did it or no? No.
No, they had it nice. It was actually pretty.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They had real stuff.
Real stuff.
It was I don't know, when I picture people getting eloped. You know that episode of Friends where Chandler and Monica are in Las Vegas and they want to get married in the chapel?
Speaking of white things, yes, yeah, sure.
Very white.
It's a very white show. But continue.
And then Ross and Rachel get married and they were super drunk.
Yes.
And it was just kind of like a
spur of the moment type of thing. Yes.
That's the stereotypical thing I feel like with Las Vegas weddings.
Okay.
Would you agree?
I mean, in movies, yes.
Yes.
In popular media, I would say yes.
However,
I don't know how true that really is.
I don't think it's that true though. When you actually look at who gets married and what it looks like, it's pretty good.
Okay.
We're way off topic here.
No, there's no such thing as off topic.
Don't
quote me on this.
Oh my God.
We can talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, we actually met at youth group at my dad's church in Mishawaka.
Wow. Mishawaka.
Mm-hmm. And then we went to church camp, and she wanted to go kayaking.
Mm.
And I was like, ooh, I like this girl.
More white people things.
I'm
yes.
going to trap her on a kayak first. 2 hours a day.
That is a scary...
And she's going to have to talk to me.
That is a scary thing to do.
Hey.
How old were you?
16.
16. Okay, that's something. You know, when you're 16, you do creepy things.
You do.
Yes.
So if there are any 16-year-olds out there,
yeah, don't do that.
Trap her in a kayak.
No,
and she'll marry
don't. Remember, don't quote me on this. Don't listen to this.
Oh
man.
my! The police will ask the kid, "What made you do this?" Well,
Jacob's Hercules. Yeah. I would. Diedrich says no. Diedrich does not approve that. Do not trap anyone anywhere, especially a beautiful young lady.